Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away. And we may have a face mask here right at the start. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a give to Jacobs running right. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. 32.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Spy, give me a radar. No. Watch the twist. Deuce. Hey.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, 22.
To throw again. Stafford going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, 70. You got tight right there.
Out of the gun, Stafford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
That's another Detroit Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. 11. Check. 21.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays, getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, Cook looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
Oh, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Cousins. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Minnesota.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's caught by Treadwell. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Bravo. Check 3.
Cousins to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Jahan, where are you? He's coming. Check in. Stop your. Hey, receiver. Here we go. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Mike, 28. Here we go. Hey, number 20. Jahan.
Cousins from the gun on third. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10.
Watch 54. Watch 54. You ain't going nowhere.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds the rookie from Iowa, T.J. Hockenson. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Ready. 280. You can't block me. You can't block me. 55. 10. 6 man.
Stafford on third down. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And back at the 8 now, 3rd and goal.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Shift. Watch the shift.
Cousins now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine a head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Red 80. Check. Alert. Line 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, Alpha. 54. Right there. 54.
On 2nd and 15 now. Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game, so they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
On first down, Cook. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Whip. Watch the whip. Watch the 48.
Here's Cousins. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. A'Shawn Robinson. Too much to handle that time. Gets the sack. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Mike 28. 65.
3rd and long for Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Taken in at the 11. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Under 10. 53. Ready. Check 50. Hey, orbit.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
10. Back. 59. Double up. He's coming, double up.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
set. Blue 60. Mike 54. Easy, alert. Mike 54, Mike 54. Mike 54. Drill right, 22. We ain't begin to turn you around.
A shotgun snap for Stanford. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for first and 10.
Omaha, remove.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's got some space here. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 5-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
54. Check the outs, check the outs. White. Check the out read. Wrong. White 7. Son.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Set. 280. Drill right, 22. Cut. Hey, exit.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
A gain of 15.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Let's get off the field, D.
On play action, Cousins. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped him to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set. Go 20. Mike's by 4. You can't block me.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They go play action here on first down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And the Lions, first down.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
22.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Stafford now to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Hey, Red. We got to step it up. Check safety, check safety.
Second and 10, Stafford again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
A second down throw for Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Vikings on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming, check in. I'm trying to collect. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Cousins now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Now Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Final play of the half. Cousins. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Intended for the cornbread left. It's 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw, Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Throwing is Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Cook. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The linebacker, Christian Jones, there to make the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Watch the run, watch the run. Good route here.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
Now we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
50-50. Hey, watch it. Tighten up. Kill.
Here's Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Strip that ball.
Again, it's Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Zero. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Hurry up.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. This is taken around the 12. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Devon Kennard. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Alert! 3 there. Mike 28. Mike 28. You gonna get this?
Hey, we're good.
You think you won't get this?
Now Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. And he's able to find Diggs. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 27-yard line.
Check in. Now watch one.
Listen to me.
Hey, pick it up.
Here's Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Nothing flashy there. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Bang, 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 bang. 11. Check 26, check 26.
They give to Johnson going right. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Middle. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Sponge. No. Watch, twist.
Out of the gun, Stafford. That's to Fulgham, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Stafford now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
40 got.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field
Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On second down, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
That's good for the Lions. First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On first down, it's Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, you tighten up.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
32.
Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8-up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They run again on first down. Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Throwing. Cousins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Tracy Walker. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Lions, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, man, eyes up, eyes up. Take a look at what we got here. This play is all about timing. You guys mess up that timing, you'll never get home on the blitz. And we're putting the secondary on an island, so you guys got to get to the QB and force the throw.
So go! 140! Ready to hit! So go! Blue 90! One and hit! So go! 140! Hit! Ready to hit! So go! Red 80! 1, 6 through 7, hit it! So go! Red 80! Blue to the hit! So go! 180! 1 foot hit! Check out! Red 80! Check out! Check out! 190! Red! Check out! 675! Check out! Second, wide, 90. Blue for that. Second, blue, 90. Wide for that. Second, wide, 627. Wide, 65 for that. Second, wide, 65. Ready to hit. Second, blue, 40. Wide for hit. Second, blue, 90. Wide, 623, hit it. Second, wide, 40. Blue, 90, hit. Second, blue, 80. Blue, 90, hit. Second, wide, 674, blue to hit. Second, green, 90, wide to hit.
Today's a work day, gentlemen, and you know what that means? We got to get better today. What I want to know is who's ready to work. I'm ready to work.
We're going side. Hey, side. We go side. Side. We go side. Hey, side. Go side. Hey, side. We go side. Hey, side. We go side. Hey, side. Side. Hey, side. We go side. Hey, side. Side. Hey, side. We go side. Hey, side. Go side. Hey, side.
Hey, you know what, guys? That was pretty dang good. And you know what gets me really excited? You haven't even reached the top of your potential yet. Not even close. Each and every one of you should take that as a challenge and see if you can find that next level.
Hey, side. We go side. Hey, side. We go side. Hey, side. We go side. Hey, side. Go side. Hey, side. We go side. Hey, side. We go side. Hey, side. 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 We go side. Hey, side. Side. Hey, side. We go side. Hey, side.